Alrighty, hello there. My name is Chloe Osborne, and here is my midterm presentation. So, for my brand analysis, I did it on Poppy Soda. I chose Poppy because overall, they're just a brand that I found really intriguing. So, let's get started here. Okay, so first, let's talk about the market analysis. So overall, a company overview of Poppy. So Poppy is a brand that simply just sells prebiotic soda. Um, so a little fun fact, they actually were first founded slash appeared in general on Shark Tank in 2018, and they were founded by this couple right here, Allison and Stephen Ellsworth. They originally made this soda. I believe it was mostly Allison in her kitchen while she was pregnant. She wanted a drink that would help her with her gut issues that she was having. And they came up with their brand called Mother Beverage. They did really well on Shark Tank, and this eventually came to be Poppy Soda, and they are still the owners of Poppy today. Um, so overall, Poppy Soda's purpose, according to the website and just in general, is to provide a healthier, tastier alternative to traditional sugary sodas by offering delicious, sparkling beverages that promote digestive health and overall wellness. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Overall, I would say Poppy has definitely become pretty trendy amongst Gen Z and millennial audiences. It's even been called, as you can see here, the viral soda because it was pretty popular on TikTok, and still kind of is. Um, some of their brand core values include promoting healthy and accessible alternatives without compromising on taste. So yeah, that's just a general overview. If you weren't already aware of what Poppy is, they're basically just a soda that has prebiotic benefits and it's supposed to be healthier for you. So, some of the industry trends as well as key competitors. So, this is really interesting to talk about. So, I feel like just in the last few years, even the soda industry has really transformed with this idea of prebiotic sodas being introduced. Um, I feel like we're consistently seeing people be more health conscious, and this is kind of one of the effects of that. Um, Prebiotics, let's break that down a little bit because not everyone really might know what that means. So basically, prebiotics are just a type of fiber that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And we want a healthy gut is essentially the task of this health issue here. So people believe that this fosters a healthy gut microbiome, which why we want a healthy gut is because it's linked to various health benefits, including improved digestion and a stronger immune system and better mental health. Um, so this idea of healthier soda has really caught on, and it has led to different brands being produced and key competitors of Poppy. So these key competitors, excuse me, include Olipop, which is a brand of soda that is kind of claiming the same things, health benefits, prebiotic soda, and their packaging even looks kind of similar aesthetically. So here's Olipop here, and here's Poppy. So this is definitely their number one competitor. Other brands include Culture Pop, Wild Wonder, Kavita, etc. So, a marketing overview of their target market. So, overall, I would say their target audience really just includes people who are looking for health benefits and exactly what Poppy offers, which is a lower soda option, people who are, or excuse me, a lower sugar option. So, they're targeting towards people who are looking to reduce their sugar intake, people who are looking to increase their gut health, and people with gut issues in general who maybe not be able to drink a traditional soda. And overall, I would also say that their target audience definitely includes millennial and Gen Z consumers based off their marketing. So, a really big key aspect I want to hit on is I feel like they market their product a lot through influencer partnerships and collaborations. Um, Here in general is a picture from the Super Bowl commercials, actually, where they had some really big hot ticket influencers like Alex Earl and Rob from Love Island in their commercials. They do a lot of partnerships in general, sending influencers and different people products to review, and then people post that on their social medias and get paid for that content, but it's also promoting Poppy. Um, yeah, they do a lot of collaborations, which is super cool, and I think is one of their key success components for their marketing. In general, they also just have a really strong digital and social media marketing presence, and they're really active on different social medias like TikTok and Instagram, which is a kind of really related, I feel like, to why their main audience is Gen Z. Um, and really, their main thing that they like to market off of and emphasize is the health aspect. Some of their key messaging and slogans include gut health made delicious and low sugar, high impact. So using phrases like this and really like this advertisement here, which shows the comparison of a traditional soda versus their soda, shows how much they like to market off of the fact that their soda is healthier for you. So, a quick SWOT analysis. So, some of their strengths, I say one of the main ones, of course, includes the health benefits. They really have that going for them. Two, they have a really strong marketing strategy in general, and they're really strong in their influencer partnerships. They've had countless different, excuse me, influencers and celebrities market their product. They also use clean ingredients. They're sustainable. Their cans are recyclable. So I feel like that's definitely a strength as more consumers are becoming conscious of that and care about that. They have a pretty good variety compared to other competitors and brand recognition. I feel like you see their sodas in the store, you're like, oh yeah, that's Poppy. And also with more influencers and celebrities talking about them, that helps with their brand recognition as well. So that's some of their strengths. Now, weaknesses, I would say one of their main ones is the higher price. It's not a soda that your average family who might be struggling to pay rent can go grab. It is like $2 for just one can, which is pretty high. So that is definitely one of their weaknesses. They would be able to reach a larger consumer base if their product was cheaper. Overall, I would say the idea of prebiotic is kind of a niche market. It's not something that maybe everyone is looking for or is aware about. Not a lot of people might be educated on the idea of gut health and what prebiotics are. So this niche market is definitely something that can hold their success and product back. And also, they're pretty dependent on specialized ingredients like apple cider vinegar and different prebiotics and stuff. And those specialized ingredients can definitely slow down production. So if like maybe there's a shortage in apple cider vinegar, that's going to slow down their production and therefore they're not going to be able to make as much product and sell as much. So that's kind of the drawback when you create a more premium product is you can't use cheap labor, cheap products to create mass amounts and make more money. So that is a weakness, but in itself, I would say that's also kind of a strength. Um, so opportunities for growth, I would say they definitely can increase their consumer base. So how they could do that is just kind of growing awareness of the idea of gut healthy soda. They could also grow their online sales. I feel like mostly people are buying them through retailers, and they also could expand internationally. I don't believe well, I know that they don't sell at all internationally currently. They're only sold in the US. So that's something they could look at as an opportunity for growth. They could also create new products. I know recently they came out with some merchandise like sweatshirts and sweatpants, and that's being sold at Target and it's branded with Poppy. But I'm not really aware of any other Poppy branded merchandise that is just available at stores besides the sodas. So they could definitely expand there. They could create like different snacks, um, even like journals, stickers, whatever, they could sell um, and make more money. And they could always, I feel like every brand, they could always grow by having more partnerships. They've had a lot, but there's always room for growth there. Some threats, I would say their number one threat includes strong competition with brands such as Olipop. Um, there's competitors out there who are offering the same thing, but maybe cheaper. So that's definitely a threat. as well as overall consumers and trends are constantly changing their minds and opinions. I think right now Poppy actually is facing some allegations about are is gut healthy? Is this really a thing? Like, is this really helping my health? So as people change their opinions and preferences and different um trends and movements happen, Poppy may one day kind of become irrelevant. So that's definitely a threat, as well as the economic well-being of consumers in general. Obviously, when the economy isn't doing well, and people are barely making um, ends meet and are barely affording groceries, they're not going to be able to really pick up Poppy. I would say most average families aren't really going to be able to include Poppy in their budget, so that's definitely a threat. Um, so yeah. Okay, now let's look at the product overview and overall their brand position. So let's break down Poppy as a product in itself a little bit more. So as I've mentioned, Poppy uses apple cider vinegar as their base, which contains beneficial acids and enzymes. The drink also includes prebiotics, which help nourish beneficial gut bacteria. Um, it has a low sugar content and it's sweetened with natural ingredients like organic stevia or fruit juice, which is what leads it to be lower sugar compared to your traditional soda like a Coke. Organic ingredients, and again, as I've mentioned, their packaging is recyclable. Some of their flavors, if you're interested, include things like ginger lime, raspberry rose, strawberry lemon, root beer. They have their version of a Coca-Cola, and then they have their version of Dr. Pepper, which they call Dr. Pop, which is my personal favorite flavor. They're available at retail outlets like Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Amazon, etc. So here's a little picture here that I feel like does a good job. I'm showing the ingredients as well as, the lower calories and sugar and carbs, overall the nutrition label, which if you compare this to a traditional soda, breaks down the fact that, this product is a little bit healthier. Um, this here is some different claims they put on their packaging. So, immunity sidekick, helps digestion, supports glowing skin. So that is definitely something they're able to market off a lot, and this is directly what they put on their packaging. So let's look at branding and positioning. I would say overall, their branding, they really focus on, as I mentioned, the fact that it's a health benefit product. It's a feel-good soda. So that is kind of their main claim to fame when it comes to marketing. That's how they like to brand themselves. As far as like aesthetically and packaging wise, their packaging is super colorful. It's fun, it's modern, it's aesthetic, and it really appeals to the younger audiences with the bright colors. Um, and overall, these bright colors and fun packaging, I feel like really resembles the idea that, and kind of Poppy's mission in general, it represents the idea that, living a healthy lifestyle and making healthier choices doesn't have to be boring. It can be super fun. Um, and overall, they just position themselves as a premium, healthy, enjoyable soda. They appeal to their customers on an emotional level, even by helping them feel good both physically and mentally, while aligning with customer values of health, wellness, sustainability. So, yeah, overall, I feel like they position themselves as a brand who's really focused on quality rather than quantity. And they basically say, like, hey, we care about the quality of our products, meaning we care about you. So let's take a bit of a deep dive into the marketing strategy. So let's look at their market segmentation strategy. So the four big key components here. So first, demographic segmentation. I feel like Poppy's mostly looking at millennials and Gen Z people who are more health conscious, health enthusiasts, and people who are in the middle to upper class as their product is more expensive. Um, for geographic segmentation, because it's a health-based product, I would say that they're more targeting towards urban areas of the US with a higher concentration on health. So regions like, California and overall like the West Coast, I feel like is their main target geographic. For behavior wise, this is just a product that's consumed and bought, or excuse me, bought for consumption, and it's a one-time use product that's, seeking to have a health benefit. So yeah, that's kind of the behavior of their marketing strategy. I would say they also, as I mentioned, have they focus on an engagement with social media and influencers. They even kind of have a program where I believe you can sign up to be like an ambassador for them. So that's some behavior segmentation breakdown. And the psychographic segmentation, they're looking at people who care about, health and who are more eco-conscious with their attitudes and values. I would say they're kind of targeting towards people who are like trendsetters because they are a new product, and I feel like this is kind of a newer, trendier concept. Um, and people who are a little bit more high social status. I feel like, you know, you see people drink poppy and you might like kind of correlate that with, oh, poppy's expensive, and that means, you're maybe more well off, and that's, leads to its own kind of social status there, class status more so. But yeah, so that overall is their quick breakdown of their marketing strategy. Let's look at pricing. So as I mentioned, they use a premium and slash value pricing strategy to position themselves as a higher value product compared to the traditional sodas because of its use of healthier, high quality ingredients. So basically, they justify their price by saying, hey, like this is healthier for you, and we're using these good ingredients. That's why it's so expensive. A breakdown, it's about $2 to $2.50 typically in retail stores for one individual 12-ounce can of poppy, um, which is much more expensive than your traditional soda like a Coca-Cola, but it is pretty on par with other similar beverages like kombucha or other prebiotic sodas. That's pretty average in general. Another pricing strategy they use is they sell variety packs. I believe this is something sold at Costco now, which and this kind of encourages consumer to buy more of their products. They're buying 15 cans, but it is a cheaper price than buying 15 cans individually. Um, they also offer subscriptions on their website, so that's another pricing strategy they have there. So lastly, let's look at their distribution. So overall, their main distribution channel includes brick and mortar retail stores and online channels. So they're available at many brick and mortars, um, including retail grocery stores like Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Sprouts, Costco Wholesale, and more, as I mentioned earlier. They're even available now at some different convenience stores like 7-Eleven. So we're seeing them continuously become more available, which is awesome for them. They also use a distribution channel of direct to consumer um, through selling directly to the consumer on their website. Um, as I mentioned, they even have the subscription service, which operates a direct to consumer sale. Um, and I also would say that they have a pretty strong e-commerce presence because they use platforms like Amazon and Thrive Market to sell their product. So yeah, that's overall just a pretty good look on Poppy. I think they're a brand that is really interesting, and I really enjoy their overall aesthetic and their marketing. And I think that, this idea of prebiotic soda is definitely on the rise. Do I see it lasting forever? I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of up to the consumers and how they react to it. But I think it's definitely an interesting brand to break down their marketing. So here's my sources, and I hope um, you learned something about Poppy, and I hope you enjoyed this. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great spring break. Thank you.